Hello, Captains, and welcome back to the California Dreams Bush Trip in the Cessna 208 Caravan. We are continuing our journey in leg number 7 from Lone Pine to Bishop. This should be about a 20-minute flight once we get into the cockpit, so let's hop into here, check out the overall route, and then I'm going to get in there, set up the GPS and the autopilot, and get us into the air. So I'll see you back when we're all ready to take off. Alright, we are ready for takeoff. Let's go ahead and get up into the air here. And then we'll read off the nav log for the first waypoint. Focus on staying on that center line. Wait for our speed to pop up. Get up in the air, set the autopilot, and then we'll be on our journey here. Alright. Autopilot set. Now, let's read off the first one. We were first heading off to the Alabama Hills after taking off from Lone Pine Airport. Head to the west-northwest, gaining altitude. En route to the crest of the Sierra Nevada, fly over the Alabama Hills, a series of low formations of evocatively eroded rock groups that have been featured in dozens of famous movies, including Gunga Din and Iron Man. Next up will be the Whitney Portal, which is actually pretty close, so I'm going to go ahead and read that off as well. After passing over these Alabama hills here, continue to gain altitude and aim for Whitney Portal, which lies below Mount Whitney, California's highest point. Now, I did try to do a recording of this before this one, and we didn't make it over the mountains because I didn't realize how high we had to climb, and we weren't climbing fast enough to get there. So what'll end up happening is, after we do this second, sorry, I'm trying to wait for this to settle off. After we do the second, cross over the second waypoint and actually turn towards the mountains over there, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna cut and do a circling climb to get ourselves enough altitude to actually make it over these waypoints, because I didn't have enough airspeed once we got over there to continue climbing over the mountains. It was a little bit, so, yeah. I have to do a little bit of manual flying for that. No big deal, but ideally once we get up there, we'll be okay. So, yeah, give me a little bit of time, or it won't be any time for you. I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm going to do a circling climb and get ourselves up to at least 10,000 feet before I head off in that direction. Alright, had to do quite a bit of circling to get up high enough without losing too much airspeed, so yeah. Reading off the next one, I think, is it POI 35? That's what we're on right now? Yes, pass over the Whitney Portal, then head for the prominent ramped top peak just ahead, Thor Peak. So, yeah. Bunch of stuff that's right here in the same area. Looks like we're going to end up turning off to the right here in a second. So I'm guessing... So we're heading off towards 36. Passing Thor Peak, the serrated crest of the Sierra Nevada mountains come clearly into view. Continue to gain altitude and pass over Mount Muir, the lowest of the 12 14ers of the state, which are mountains over 14,000 feet. Then turn north following the serrated crest of the granitic range. Fly over the summit of Mount Whitney, the highest point in California, and the conterminous United States. Okay, that's weird. At 14,505 feet above sea level, take a moment to appreciate the view to the east along the steep slope of the Sierra Nevada mountains. This is some of the most dramatic topography in the world. It's definitely something. It's hard to see, though, because we're getting in some clouds up here. Very pretty. Looks like we got a little bit of a run over to the next one. It's only a few miles, though. Trying to get you guys a good view out the side here, back down into the valley that we came out of. Very nice. Nice big lake down there. That's pretty cool. I'm cold, so I don't want to go swimming in it, but it looks like it would be a good lake to swim in. And get ourselves as many cool views as we can of the valley here. Already getting pretty close to the next one, USR 39. Oh, we already went over Mount Russell. Continue north from Mount Whitney to Mount Russell, which is that, and enjoy the view of high mountain lakes, ridges, and peaks. Mount Williamson is next. Continue along the crest of California to Mount Williamson, the second highest mountain in California. So that's going to be coming up here in front of us. It's kind of hard to tell which mountains are which ones because they're all kind of up here at the same area. Fortunately, we have leveled off and we don't have to climb anymore. So we can get some airspeed back and stop feeling like we're going to fall out of the sky. Okay, USR 40 is next. Mount Tyndall lies just to the northwest of Mount Williamson. All kinds of mountains on this first part here. I'm guessing it's one of these over here, like this right here. It's probably, I guess it's this since they're kind of having it pointing straight at it. All right, well, that was a bunch of mountains. The crest of the range leads to Kearsarge Pass, one of the most important passes in this part of the Sierra Nevada. So I'll wait till we get turned off in that direction, and then we'll give you a little bit of a view of the scenery before we cut to the next waypoint. Clouds in the way. All right, well, I'll see you guys back here in just a second. And we are reaching the next waypoint, so we're going to be turning off to the left towards Baxter Lake, which lies just to the northwest of the Sierra Crest. So it's going to be off in this direction somewhere. We can see on the GPS we're going to make a slight left turn, and it's going to be past some. I don't know what these hashed marks mean. I don't remember. But it'll be off in this direction. There'll be a lake over here that we'll be able to check out. It said it was 3 miles or 10 miles away, so. I'm sorry, it's a minute away. It's about 4 miles away, a minute and a half. A minute and some change. Give you guys a nice little view off to the left. Nice little water down there, I like that. Kind of a cool looking valley right here. And we'll look off to the right, down into the valley again, the big valley, the very big valley. Kind of cool to watch the clouds just kind of hang down in there. A couple more miles to go. We should be able to see that lake that they were talking about. And then after that, it's a nice 10-mile stretch out to Split Mountain, which is, we'll read that once we actually get to the lake and start turning off there. But we're getting pretty close to our destination. I don't want to cut too early because then there'll be an immediate cut right after that, heading off in the other direction. But since we're getting so close to this one, let's go ahead and drill out a little bit so we can see kind of where we're going next. There's a bunch of different waypoints in this particular flight up here in the mountains. I'm looking forward to getting back down to regular altitudes, though, because while the Caravan is perfectly capable of flying up this high, you see our airspeed is only 107. What is our ground speed right now? I don't even know. Just give us our ground speed. Ground speed's 148 knots, so I mean, I guess that's not bad. I'd rather be up and like a little bit faster than that. So I'm gonna. I don't like to do external views, but I don't see the. Oh, okay. Here's the lake right there. I think. Yeah. Okay. So this is the lake they were talking about. Next up is Split Mountain, headed towards the Palisade group of the Sierra Nevada peaks, pass by Split Mountain. 10 miles away, so we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a cut as we fly off in that direction. Alright, we are approaching the Split Mountain, getting ready to turn off to, I believe, the left. We're actually going to go straight and do kind of a curve around to the left to go back down in the valley here in just a second. So as we cross over this, we're going to be heading towards the Thumb, a prominent peak in the Palisades region, lying just to the east of the Middle Palisade Glacier. Not really sure what the glacier is. I don't see anything that looks like a glacier. I mean, I guess it's kind of snowy up here, so maybe that's what they're calling this, the glacier. What direction are we heading right now? I don't even know. We are heading towards the north. Yeah, I guess it is just to the east of the Palisade Glacier, so I guess that's what they're calling all of this up here, is the Palisade Glacier. 2.5 miles towards the next destination, which is, I think where we're headed is the thumb, right? POI 44. Yeah, POI 44. Then we're gonna have a sharp left turn as we head off to the next one, swing around in kind of a hook over here, and then go and land down here at the airport over that way. Kind of curious to know how sharp this turn is going to be. I'm kind of hoping this will be the last high altitude stuff that we do, though. I'd much rather be down where the air is thicker and airspeed is a little bit more reliable. Because right now it's telling me my airspeed is 110. I could put my flaps down right now if I wanted to. What are we heading towards right now? 44, right? Okay, so that's what we're turning toward. Oh, okay. I think I got a little bit confused. Oh, no, 45. Middle Palisade Glacier. Turn due west at the thumb to reach Middle Palisade Glacier. I'm going to hop out into the external camera. Okay, so that's what this is supposed to be here. This icy area is supposed to be the Middle Palisade Glacier. When I think of glacier, I think of like an extremely large area of ice. A single continuous one, so I don't know. Is this a glacier? Next up is 46, the Palisade Glacier. Follow the dramatic peaks of the Palisade Group, including Norman Clyde Peak, Palisade Crest, North Palisade, and Thunderbolt Peak to Palisade Glacier, the largest glacier in the Sierra Nevada. Well, there you go. I guess all of this is supposed to be the glacier. Not really sure. When I think of glacier, like I said, I think of one big, solid, connected piece of ice. So I'm a little confused by what they mean by the Palisade Glacier, but it is what it is. Next up is going to be the Coyote Flats Airstrip. Turn to the northeast back towards the Owens Valley and pass over Coyote Flats Airstrip. Now abandoned, it was once used for experimental helicopters and was the highest airfield in the United States at 10,000 feet above sea level. So at 10,000 feet, we could probably start descending. So let's go ahead and get this down to 11.5. Get our vertical speed starting to head down to that. And then ideally, we should be heading back down in the valley and being all right. About a mile from the airport here, or from the airstrip. I'm not really sure where it is though, so we'll go ahead and hop out here. Oh, it's probably this. This looks like it was some kind of man-made structure, even if it is just kind of a grassy field. All right, so that'll be that. Next up will be the Owens River. Fly into the depths of the Owens Valley to the winding Owens River. And then after that, we'll be setting down at the airstrip over there. Got about 10 miles before we reach the river. So we'll go ahead and do yet another cut. All right, we're well into the valley now, getting ready to make our left turn here in just a couple of miles. But I wanted to bring you guys back early enough so that you could get a nice view of the valley as we continue our descent towards our destination for today. I would do that standard airline captain seat tables and tray tables and seat backs and blah 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 and all that stuff, but I can't remember how it goes. I haven't actually been on a commercial flight in years, many years. So we're gonna head over here, take a quick left, and then try to find that airstrip over there. Is that it right there? It can't be. Yeah, no, because this has us going way off to the edge of the valley here, and then turning off to the left. So it's got to be off in that direction somewhere, right? turning towards it. It says, oh, is it this right here? All right, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a spin around here. We are way too high, and I need a little bit more room to get turned off into that. I generally prefer to make left turns, but I had to break off the autopilot, and I also needed a little bit more turning room to get lowered down and turned around. I do have my throttle idled all the way. Ourselves turned around all the way back around, and then we'll get ourselves onto the ground. Oh, there it is. Turned right past it. I'm not sure why I couldn't see that. All right, let's try to focus on getting ourselves onto the ground and done for the day. High. Trying to really focus on getting that good approach, visual approach here. I admit I am not the best at landings, so we'll just have to do the best we can. I have a really hard time judging when the wheels are about to touch down because this is a very tall aircraft compared to the Cessna, so the visual I need is a little bit different. Okay, cut the throttle. Back on the yoke. Not too shabby. Not my best work, but not my worst either. Alright, so hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button so the YouTube algorithm knows that you did and sends the video out to more viewers. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already so that when the next video comes out it will show up in your feed and you will be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content in addition to several other perks, so be sure to click that join button, check out the list of perks that will become available to you should you choose to support the channel, and decide if any of those are right for you. Again, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you for the next one.